Who's got
Is
one?
there one thing that's maybe, I would say aggravating you, but if you did zero, is there one thing at the top of your list that you want to get worked out, or is it a bunch of little things? Or
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's a really good question. I mean, obviously we're trying to master our craft as a group and be efficient and tighten some things up that are hurting us. But there are some little things. But you're always doing that. I don't care who you are on offense and how prolific it looks like you're scoring. There's always things to work on. But right now, yeah, the penalties are killing us, and those are things that need to be cleaned up. And we understand that, and we're working on it, and we're going to get it right.
How difficult is it for you when Garrett Bowles is going through a stretch like he is? Do you have to call plays knowing your left tackle is struggling?
Yeah, I mean, it's a combination of things. Obviously, if a player is struggling, or let's say they're going against a great player, it's your job as a play caller to help that person be the best he can be. And you try and the whole goal was to put all your players in a position where they can be successful in this league. And yeah, it's unfortunate. I mean, the what has happened and the plays and how they played out, they were ill-timed and whatnot. But in the end, he knows he's got to play better. We know we got to coach him better, and we'll get it fixed.
What is your message to him this week?
To be confident and not to lose that, and just go be a player, and honestly, don't listen to the noise. You work on your craft, get better at the things that you have to get better at, and him and Mike have been working on that since day one, and he's done a lot of good things too. And I've seen improvement in him as a player. But he played a really good player. He plays, sometimes he just tries to finish and he gets a little out of control, and we have to rectify that. And he knows that, and we know that. That's our job to help him do that.
We saw it a little bit last week, and Joe's certainly done it during his career, but what makes him so good at those last-minute come from behind type drives?
You know, I just know this. Like, Joe is, he's composed. He's tough under pressure. It's what makes him a good quarterback. It's one of the things I've felt all along, that he's very underrated. I think it's starting to come out. I mean, really, if you really think about it, every game from here on out, he should improve. It's more familiarity, more recall, more of similar situations, and that's the exciting part. I think he's playing pretty well. There's plays that he wants back, but there's a lot of plays that he has made to keep us in the game, and that's exciting. I think we can feel that, and the points will come, and he will end up winning a lot of games for us, because in the clutch, you can count on him.
You get a game where you have 27 first downs to 14 points. Does it feel like you're having success but not finishing, or how do you, when you go back and look at it, is it a weird game that?
Yeah, I mean, sorry to cut you off, but it's a weird game in the sense that you felt like you had ops to score more points, no doubt. But I'll say this. That was the most dominant defense in the NFL last year, and they can make anyone look bad. And they've done it. They made Green Bay look bad the week before. Last year I watched the Rams barely move the ball on them. The goal was to not turn it over, and we did. That cost us 7 points, and that's part of where you see those extra plays and the lack of points on the board. But if you watched the play before, I thought it was the touchdown. Roquan Smith, the great player that he is, he's one of the few linebackers that could tackle Emmanuel in that situation. He was better than we were on that play, and that's me as a play caller, us as players, and the next play was the turnover. I mean, that was a 13 or 14 play drive that was very efficient when it mattered. That's the kind of people we have, and they play hard, and I know we're going to be great, and I know we're going to score points.
Rich, you've had a lot of long drives, but how important is it to get some bigger chunk plays?
Yeah, it's important, but a lot of that is, guys, I think that unfortunately when you're playing the Bears defense, it's not like that. You know, you can't just drop back and let the ball go. And if you do, you're going to get sacked sometimes, and you're going to have negatives. So it's being attacking in certain elements where you have those opportunities. We tried it once early in the game, and Khalil Mack sacked us. We were able to overcome it on 3rd and long. So you got to be tactical in that. And, yeah, as far as the first game goes, I think we had some explosives in the second half. We showed what we were, and we all know the first half we just didn't have a lot of plays.
Yeah, you've got the fewest possessions in the NFL. Has that created a weird sense of urgency when you do get down there that you almost have to?
You know,
Have 2 touchdowns, but 17 possessions is an odd number.
Yeah, I mean, I will say this, like, the whole goal in this building is to play complementary football. If we win 13-10 or we win 38-35, I don't think anyone in this building truly cares. Now, people on the outside might have their opinions why that is, but I want to help the defense. That means Take care of the football. Don't turn it over. We went 7.5 quarters, and we didn't turn it over. We needed to go 8, and that's our job. Sometimes the possessions play out that way. I don't want Vic to have to play 70 plays, nor does he. But we play 82, that's a good thing, but we need results. And in the end, we're complementing each other, but we need to get results in the red zone.
Are you looking to attack? Are you looking to attack Green Bay with a more balanced attack? You were 2-1 pretty much in the past against Chicago.
Yeah, I mean, again, with Chicago, it's we're behind the chains because of some penalties, and as far as the balance goes, like, again, it's hard to get free throw, or it's hard to just run the ball against those guys. They're just 96 and Khalil are just too darn good. They're the best players at their position in the league, or darn near. And so, yeah, I thought, and we thought, the best way to get them was in base defense and spread them out. And that meant get Emmanuel the ball in space and get our backs the ball in space and try and do those kinds of things. That was the plan. That's like running the ball. I mean, it's West Coast 101, Bill Walsh back in the day. I mean, this week, the plan is whatever is the best way to give us the advantageous situation with their personnel and our personnel. And so we'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, we always want to be balanced.
Do you feel like
Time for a
Royce
couple
Freeman,
more, guys.
Do you feel like Royce Freeman can attack that Packers defense similar to the way Dalvin Cook did in Week 1?
Yeah, I mean, I thought last year we played them in a great game when I was in San Francisco. It was a Monday night thriller, went to overtime, we scored a bunch of points, and I thought we had a lot of success running the ball. But they're a better defense this year. They have better players. They fly around the ball. They have smarter. I can tell. They just they play together. It's year 2 in their system. You know, kind of like we'll be year 2 at this point next year. You know, you can just tell it's gelling better. So it's not easy, but yeah, if you can get a guy out of a gap, you can have a home run, and we're hoping to do that.
Did Corlin show you something on those tough 4th down catches?
Yeah, she showed me something every day. He showed me something that Monday night, and I think he's an ascending player in this league. I'm excited about him, and it's really it's fun to see where we can take him.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
All right.
Thanks, Rich. Coach